to another battle, everybody. Today we are playing exponential per player capitals on the classic map as part of our Meta Monday video. We are playing as a green player out of the 4th position. And ladies and gentlemen, we have some choices to make, that is for sure. I like the North Africa capital here. Are we calling this? Yeah, we are calling it North Africa. Right, this one's Egypt. I like this one in the middle. The Ural capital up here is also pretty decent. I'm not going to go anywhere near Australia. I'm actually a little bit surprised Purple didn't take the China capital, which is a very, very good capital holding Australia on this board. I got to figure out how to get this material over here, but I do think that this is going to be my best bet. Center to the board, potential to hold a 2-point hold on the bonus if we can have it. Looks like red is going to give us some troubles trying to get over to our troops here, but that's totally okay. Orange does not cap next to me, so I have Africa if I want it. The Middle East, obviously, a little bit of a danger zone as well, but I could assume that maybe there's a Middle East capital, but then there's nobody else anywhere in my vision. White fortifies up to Greenland. A full fortify line here from white. I think I add 1 troop over here on the left to my 5. The rest of our 5 troops to our capital, and then we, because purple's the only one who even would try to make a move on our capital right now. They're going to add 1 down here to take a 3-on-1 that they're not going to get this material out. I don't love that. I would rather they use either their 4 or their cap troops to take their card. Maybe the 4 fortifies away. Not too sure. They could be in the Middle East. The Middle East is always a decent capital. I think Ukraine would have been the best choice for red on this board. Very, very strong spot in the eastern part of the Europe bonus, but we're playing classic. There's black. All right, black is in Australia. They do not take the bonus either, which is interesting. And they lose a 4-on-2 there. So I didn't want to play Europe Advanced. We played a lot of Europe Advanced on our Mondays recently. I wanted to try something different, and that something different is what we were doing here today. We're going to slowly but surely gravitate our material in this direction. Let orange attack their 4 out, defend our capital, etc., etc., and feeling okay. Interesting choice by red to start navigating this way. But, you think maybe they try to use their 4, maybe they try to use their 3s in the middle. This now forces their fortify to happen back to capital. They don't get to group up these 3s, so it just remains as chunks in the way. And orange rolled, orange was in here and rolled black's capital. Black does not have a capital anymore. Because we saw 10 troops here. This was a 10. And now orange is looping through here. I think black might have even tried to have rolled orange's cap. I probably could have stolen black's capital there. So now we have to be on the lookout for black's elimination. We are playing exponential per player, which is super important to be targeting eliminations on this board. Purple, with a take on white up here, we saw white's initial fortify go up to the top of the board. So I'm a little bit surprised by this play by purple. I'm almost wondering if they're over here in South America, if we're going to run into a capital here in Venezuela. That would be something. Let's see. Black's going to bot here in a moment. Orange has double capital in the right side of the board, but no kill guard, right? They removed me from the very bottom of the board. So this is, by the way, Risk Global Domination. It's online Risk for those of you tuning in for the very, very first time who are unfamiliar. I am C-Money, and this is my channel. Welcome in. We play Risk Monday through Friday every single day of the week, other than obviously the weekends. And sometimes stream on the weekend, sometimes stream during the week. But I wanted to mix it up a little bit today. I still wanted to play the exponential per player settings we've been playing. Got automated bots. We've got balanced blitz dice, fog and blizzards on. Playing a smaller map than we normally do. Black is botted. We don't actually see any of that placement come up here, which is interesting. And purple didn't make any move on orange over here. Actually, black is back in here at least a little bit, rolling red. What do we find? We do find the purple player. So we have access to black here, and then black at the top. I don't know that I want to take it now. I don't know what is here. I will move away from purple so I am not perceived as a threat. But this is interesting. So black back here. Could be some black up in Europe. We know not Australia. I wish orange would move this 4 out of the way. Don't know where white is capped, but we know we have our assumptions about where orange is capped. Getting 9. This allows me, again, we got black here. Orange is going to get ahead right now. That is a dangerous amount of troops. That might be gunning for my 1, or for the black 1 up here. I almost hope he stops moving. You almost wish he played off the 4 here. Orange is going to get ahead with the double capital play. I don't believe there's any black up here in North America. So at this point, on this next turn, I believe it is in my best interest, assuming black gets an extra card here, to at least make an attempt to take this elimination. Whatever cards you can get ahead in exponential per player are always valuable. Here's white. That is an intriguing number of troops there. Does he take all of South America right now? There is black. Does he go one more? Like, where are we going to see black place all of its troops? It could be a little bit in here. I don't want to overcommit going for it, but if it puts the 3 troops here, we can assume it's no longer down here. All right, that's a full removal over here. I don't really care if purple holds that. I'm mostly going to ignore purple here. The bigger question is, where does black... Yeah, see, we don't even see it. Which means it's not completely gone. I'll put this all here. Let's put it all here. Yeah, there it is. I don't think I've got enough juice to take this, so just gonna leave that there. Red might take it, but this way now, if it takes cards here on the next turn, like we move right after black, we can react to whatever it does. It doesn't have a trade in. I'm almost hoping red doesn't take the elimination and then boxes it out, boxes orange out from this. That's my hope, at least. I'm not worried about my 15 cap right now. We don't break purple because I don't want to give them any problems. And then, we'll get 5 extra troops on this next turn. Because orange is not incentivized to move any of this stuff. I don't think it's a big deal to let purple get 2 extra troops. We leave our line open into them. So this name, okay, get it? Just get it. Orange is aware, which is bad. That's exactly not what we wanted. I wish purple didn't remove it down here. Got greedy for the bonus. They should have just left. They should have left black down here. That's a bit frustrating. So it's only 2 cards to orange, but they are 2 cards ahead of all of us. And it's a shame they had enough troops. I almost wish that red stayed in the way. Or I stayed in the way, like split the gap so they couldn't take it or something. Just to try to prevent the elimination. And yet, it's too easy. What is this? I don't know why you're stacking against me. I already showed you I wasn't going to break you. This play is irritating, actually. I don't like orange being over here. I do wonder what is here in the Middle East, because orange is still not moved this 4 out. They had the opportunity to do that before. 27 troops for red on capital. Playing a slow game, take a card and pass. I don't really have an option now. It's a shame that I wish I had tried to steal black's cap on that very opening turn. But I don't know. I probably lose my own. I didn't have a lot here for defense. So wasn't much opportunity there. Unfortunately. You just wish that black played a more passive game and didn't try to roll orange's cap. they'd lost that 4-on-2 as well into the material that was sitting out in front of their capital. We have a trade-in. There's no reason not to use the trade-in. This is exactly what I was concerned about. This is exactly what I did not want, was orange placing troops over here. Yep. I knew that was going to happen. Because I think if white is here in Iceland, which is where I think white is, then orange has a spot here that these players are not really incentivized to remove them from, but with orange being ahead on cards and bonus. Like, what is this, dude? Why are you leaving this in front of me? A lot of bizarre plays from my opponents here. Purple probably hits that, yeah. They're probably going to remove me over here. I can't even do anything about this. So I get a 6, or what is that, 5? I got a 5 whacked by orange because they didn't want to fortify away. And purple does, in fact, remove me there. Oof, that's tough. All right, I'm going to trade in and at least remove them in the middle here. I don't like what purple is doing, but I'd rather purple be confined to their side of the board. I'll defend the same way. My bonus is stronger than purple's. White's is stronger than both of ours. So obviously, purple's the same as orange, but with orange getting extra troops, they are pretty much fine. I was hoping red... I don't know why red won't use this 4 to attack down. I'm trying to get my material out. I know they don't want to open up orange's capital. I feel bad for black, because black got capped directly in front of, and I get why you do that as the orange player. You're hoping to bait them into a misplay, which is exactly what happened. I guess I can just trade up here. Unless orange comes and tries to break me. They didn't do it on the last turn, but now that I have a bonus, at least that makes up a little bit for some of the loss here. I think purple stacking on me is bizarre. This is a waste of troops. It just leaves your cap more susceptible, especially if somebody's trying to play for you over in this bonus. It does appear that white might be attempting to remove orange over here, which I do think is the correct play. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to hit here. Let red hit up. This will fortify back. Then we hit back to where we originally were. That should allow red to... Because this is the thing. Orange is still... It's a bit more of a difficult card block here, but they're still very card blockable over here. I intentionally don't want to take these cap cards because of the potential for card block. I don't know why white is leaving the 7 here. Honestly, if I'm white, I think your better play is to group both of these pieces up and leave them on Northern Europe if you are, in fact, capped in Iceland as retaliatory troops rather than these kind of fake blockers. Like, you can just hit these 7s. They're not, maybe not this Ukraine 7 for me, but the Spain, Western Europe portion here. I mean, I could just hit this off cap. Honestly, if I'm forced to break, I probably hit the spot where the troops are because they're more likely to retake on that angrily than the spot where the troops aren't. I at least take some stuff off of them. It seems like maybe purple and white have both potentially removed some amount of orange over there. We're going to hit here. I find white over here too. This is an interesting spot. This should let red take with the 4. This is what my hope is. They take with the 4 and then we refill here. You don't even need to add here if you're red. They're going to hit my 6, aren't they? No. Okay, I don't know what the point of adding extra troops there was, but that's fine. No trade-in yet. Orange trades again. If I don't see anything placed here. Oh, no, are they going to go break white? They're going to break me. No, they do break white. They just wanted to find a faster route in. What is this? I do not like this. Thank God. Oh my God, tremendous dice. Do not open his capital. He does not open his capital. And I didn't even have to be the bad guy here. So white definitely removed orange from North America, which I think is... Why did you quit? No, they didn't officially quit. I do think that is the right choice. These players could very easily card block purple. This is a 2-point card block here on purple. I'm not sure if red and white will do it, but it does exist as a possibility. So I'm not going to add anything extra here. I don't think that's necessary. I haven't really irritated anybody. Intentionally, I think red knows I'm intentionally not opening orange. I do think orange has wasted a handful of troops over here on the left-hand side. I wonder, a smarter play here, in my opinion, for red is to take off of white here. No. Okay, that works too. I don't know why they... I think I get maybe trying to obfuscate white's position a little bit. But interesting. They don't re-break, which is something. I think the smarter move there is actually just to hit white. It's not like you have any sort of kill guard on white here. This way you leave your pathing down into orange if you need it. Orange, I thought, played a strong early opening to this game. Removal of black, taking their capital, removing them, and then taking the elimination. I think all of that was very sound. I get not wanting to be blocked, but I do feel like some of the troop usage here is a little bit... Like, I just don't know that their cap is as defended as you would think it would be with that size of player. We are going to trade. We have +2 in Congo, which will be our fortify. Got a nice strong capital. We're getting 3 extra troops per turn. I'm just trying to stay out of red's way here. I'm not trying to prevent red from being able to get a card. So I'm not sure what white's goal is in this position. I'm not sure if they were expecting me to trade with them. If they hit me, I have a much easier line of retaliation against them than they have against me. I do think they might potentially be misusing troops here, and I really wouldn't be surprised to see orange try the 15 on 14. Or maybe wait a turn before they do it. It's not like white doesn't have cards in North America. I'm not trying to block white here. It's not my goal. Really what they need to do is just move their troops, but I think they're probably going to take a North America card here, and I'm just going to trade with orange up in this spot, I guess. Potentially force red to take that white card over there, and maybe somebody sets a block on red. That's also a possibility. Like an incidental block. MIA from red is interesting. Because orange is almost certainly the first player who can scoop that cap if red does quit. Not something we really want to happen. Now, white and I both know that we can break each other. So I'm going to pull my troops off the border here. Sit here. They can trade in this little zone. And then I can also trade with white here. Maybe we block off orange. I can tell white does not like orange. I think that feeling may be mutual. Purple's just been doing their own thing over here. If these players don't give this purple player cards, eventually, even with purple holding double bonus on the left-hand side, purple will not. Purple will be card blocked. That's why the caps, I just, classic map in general, the general premise for cap choice on this map is to pick a spot that you know will be effective in the late game. These games always go into the late game to begin with. And in the case of purple, this position... Oh, this could actually be really interesting. If orange quits here and this fortifies off towards the 14... Like, does orange know? Yeah. Uh-huh. It just completely abandoned this up here. There's nothing on this capital. I'm the last one to be able to act to try to take this. He's going to hit my 16. He's going to try to hold 2 positions here. I don't agree with that play. I'm a little bit annoyed by it, and I don't particularly agree with it. I understand the value for picking up an extra capital there, but I just don't think that that's the right choice. It's a shame that that came when it did. Because I know that the orange thinks that that's the right choice, and it may very well be the right choice. Do I have a trade on 3? I don't have a trade on 3. That's a frustrating play. I'm going to need white to do something here. If white doesn't do anything here, there's going to be a big problem. For them, honestly. Go to the... There you go. I doubt they can take this. And I doubt they can take this. That's a unfortunate loss of troops there. This is not... I don't like this play by white. I think that this is going to end up potentially losing you troops. I don't agree with this fortify back. I think they should have gone on to the 14 here. But red botting could keep this game interesting because it's enough troops there where nobody's going to want to take this elimination right away. Not until the trades get a little bit higher, I don't think. And this bot will likely keep trading in. It put all of its stuff in front of white. It's a shame that white got as good of dice as they did, because it's possible that with worse dice, like maybe they lose 19 there, that they don't even make it to the capital with enough troops. There's also this possibility that purple has just cleared red out of this bonus and then doesn't get any more cards. And then we have access to red, because my biggest concern here is that we don't actually even have access to the red player. I go here. White will potentially trade with me. My worry, yeah, I saw that one coming. My worry for both both orange and white, and you gotta hope, you know, this is the problem. If it's a rampage bot, maybe something can happen. But look, if this hits down, I mean, this at least gets in his way. Well, orange's cards are harder now. It hits me. But this is my concern, is that if there's enough troops here, this is going to hit white. It doesn't end up hitting white. But that's a dangerous position to find yourself in. Now, the bot's cards are not currently worth it. It's 60-something troops up here that are allocated there. I don't think I'd want to deal with that. But I do wonder if white or orange... Sorry, white or purple removed... Sorry, if white or orange will break purple over here, if purple did take all of North America. Not positive why red quit, but, you know, it is what it is. Hopefully white just gives us a card here. Otherwise, they're going to make us work for this. It looks like they're going to go hit purple instead. Oh, they do give us a card. That's nice of them. I would not leave these troops. Oh, gosh, he's going to get broken so bad. Looks like orange broke purple. Don't think white did. I don't actually think, with purple's moves on the last turn, I don't think that the red bot is still over there in North America. But we absolutely do not have the troops or the generation right now to go for this elimination. Certainly not the reward at this point. I'm kind of waiting for confirmation at any point here to see if the purple player has all of North America, but I don't think that that's happening. My opinion, purple should pull back the 10 here. The classic map's an interesting one, though. When you got a position like purple and I have here, at any point I could start theoretically trading with this player, especially if the numbers get higher. I am going to take a look at this in a second, and we will see. But I think there's a pretty good possibility. Yeah, only 16 here. I think there's a really good chance that white gets broken on this next turn and loses a considerable amount of troops. I think they had a really, really risky troop allocation on that last turn to defend the way that they are. I think you're going to lose these troops to the bot. It's possible that there's enough. Wow, they actually survived. Distribution up here must have been light enough where they live that. The other question comes to be how much does... How many cards does red have where it becomes worth it for the orange player to take that? Now, white's playing nicely with me, and I respect that. Purple, okay, that is good information to have. Purple does not have cards on this turn. 1. In case that wasn't obvious. 2, and arguably more importantly here, and I would pull this 10. I would start stacking on orange. You know orange has multiple caps if you've been paying any attention to the game. Start putting stuff in front of him. Put pressure on this player. Bigger, more important thing here, ladies and gentlemen, is that the red bot is not at all in North America. Red is fully accessible to us. It's just whether or not we want to take that elimination. If it at any point rolls any bit of white, I think it is worth it. If it does not, I don't think it is worth it. And I think orange might take it for 3 cards here, which is still pretty expensive. I mean, it's got to be at least 60-something troops over there. We do not have a trade on 3. He's been getting like 11 per turn, so I'm not sure. You know, if he goes for it, he doesn't trade in off of it. Beyond 5 cards. He doesn't go for it. He doesn't go for it. I'm almost hoping white doesn't put up enough of a defense here. Or he goes for it himself. Doesn't look like he's going to do that. Oh. Gives me the extra card. 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 7 over there. He tried something there, right? I trade in off of it. I would actually be the card leader if I went for it. Purple's getting how much? Purple's still getting 13. So he hit 5 of 7 territories over here. 5 of 7. I think I go for it. I think that was absolutely the right choice, and it had to trade on 3. It's not a good game. It's not over. But we just watched white burn 40-something troops trying to go for this, and he did not get it. That now puts me... I'm now the card leader. Why would you hit the 3 there? I don't know what that does. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You don't even have 12 territories. It just allows us to card block you. It just allows us to card block you. Purple's blocked, so there's no point in assisting purple here. At this point, now that we are the card leader, which is really, really important. Like, truly incredibly important to be the card leader on the board right now. I hope white is not permanently botted. Because now, I mean, exponentially, I'm only a card ahead of orange. Because we only got 3 off of that. But... I don't think we're not going to give this guy extra cards. I think that was a massive, massive blunder by orange there. Because we can force him into purple. And I don't mind purple getting extra cards now because purple's already missed 3. So we're like, at least 3, right? I haven't been tracking the exact numbers that purple's missed. White hasn't missed anything, but we're 3 cards ahead of white. We're 1 card ahead of orange. Oh, no. Don't back up. Yeah. Well played. I wish he didn't give him 2. I think he's trying to keep him below 12 territories. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, he's trying to keep him below 12. Which I get. I understand that. I think I've found myself a pretty solid ally in white. He didn't retaliate on my previous move. And orange doesn't get through this. So he either takes this last card here. Yeah, he does. Hopefully white just hits here. White and I trade here. We keep orange block. We force orange into purple. Why is he taking extra? Okay, that's not what I wanted. White, I'm not going to risk myself getting hit here. That's just not what we needed. You just take, like, you can let him have the extra troop. The whole point is to stop this player from getting cards or to force them into our opponent. Purple's only on one card. What purple doesn't realize actually is by having these troops here, he more likely, this player more likely keeps their, like they stay in the game longer. They also more likely guarantee their chances of losing. Because I'd be willing to almost butter them up for a card over time. I mean, there's no point blocking here. If that's how... Yeah, I'm almost hoping that this... It doesn't break white. I stop blocking him and he doesn't break white. That's head scratching. I don't really understand that play. You know, white doesn't stop blocking. I mean, I guess I was the one that put the block up, but also white kind of was too. Now white is hitting purple, which is not what we need. But if he rolls the capital, he didn't roll the capital. I think purple would pull this off. Went and hit him in here, though. Again, we're a card ahead of orange. 3 cards ahead of white, and however many ahead of purple at this point. Trade without the Joker. No trade without the Joker. I don't want to trade the Joker unless I have to. Do that. Guy's forcing me to defend my bonus. I might as well. This either forces him to take the cards up here or to break white. I don't think he'll break white. I think he'll take this card up here. I think purple did too much re-attacking there. What a player like this, what you guys need to do when you're playing is, I think the most important thing you can do for yourself in Risk, when you have been blocked for multiple turns and somebody is kind enough to open you up or give you extra cards, the very, very first thing you need to do is not retake all of the cards, because you're almost certainly going to be blocked again. And I don't know that purple was inherently intentionally blocked by white. I think they were by orange. I think orange is easily the best player in this game. You know, I think the main reason they went for red's capital is because red's capital is just long-term difficult, more difficult to card block than the orange capital, or than the original orange capital, which I think is in Siam, right? I think black was in Indonesia, orange in Siam, and that's where we are. So I don't know what white just did, but I think it may irritate orange enough for them to not come back to me, which is hopefully good. Purple did not retake all of North America, but they retook some of it. We do have a trade without the Joker. Madagascar or East Africa. We're going to take East Africa, I think. Or no, I guess I can save that. I can take Madagascar now. I will say the classic map is not my favorite, if not solely from a boredom standpoint. I'm trying to keep this game as interesting as possible, that's for sure. But not all of them are winners. I mean, white definitely knocked this player down below 12 territories, which I think has been white's goal. You know, white's probably like an expert, maybe an intermediate. They certainly understand troop count generated from territories, but what they're not realizing is that they're just gifting both of these players additional cards in spots that we don't really want them to have them. Now, if for some reason purple goes to 5 cards, I can probably eliminate them. This 36 is like slightly intimidating. They had multiple turns where they did get extra troops. Now I think that white is hitting purple again, which is silly. Because what, purple got 8 last turn? Or they got 8? They got 8 at some point, I thought. Maybe it's just me getting 8 and I'm just losing it. I don't know why they keep giving them extra stuff over here. Unless they blocked them down here, which evidently they did not do. It would have been the better play. If purple goes to 5, you know, it might seem a logical choice to try to eliminate them for their cards. But then I'm defending 2 separate positions, and at that point, white might start aggressing me. Orange has been a bit of a loose cannon throughout this game in terms of trying to predict what they're going to do. I didn't expect them to come and break me on that previous turn and start giving me extra cards. Not that my cap is probably the least starved for cards on the board. You know, if you go raw, not counting other cap locations, right? Just the way the board is associated here, or situated here, rather. China and you're all on this side. And I guess Greenland, Central America, technically on the other side for a 4-point card block on the red capital. Obviously, with the Siam capital here, you probably actually have to do it. Afghanistan, you're all Greenland, Central America over here. And then orange is blocked, and that's what I was kind of trying to hope that we could do to, you know, you can even do that block. You could do a Western U.S. Ontario Greenland block like this, and then purple could still trade with white in Quebec and Eastern U.S., or even all the way down to Central America. Fortunately, it doesn't seem like we're getting that kind of luxury. White opened up the orange cap. I might as well look at it. I mean, it's open. It doesn't hurt to take a peek at this point. He's got 80 here. It's a good amount. It's not enough for our capital, but it's certainly a good amount. And there is... Oh, wow. That is about as bad of a play as you could have made there if you're orange. I do not... Yeah, see, I thought orange was good, but he keeps blocking his caps off. I don't understand the goal behind that. He's quick attacking, but it's... If you're playing capitals and you're good, you usually understand the value in not blocking off your cap. Now, white would be absolute miracle worker to hit Afghanistan, only Afghanistan, and then let the two of us sit here and block. Trade with me in the Middle East, and we're golden. Unfortunately, I'm not sure white is going to do that. Like, if you just take there, yeah, that's... He's trying to keep this guy below 12 territories, which, you know, it's admirable from like a intermediate beginner level standpoint, but high level tactics, that's not going to do it. And I don't think white is a player I want working against me, because I don't think orange likes me very much. So not sure the best way to handle that, but purple keeps getting cards over in North America, which is not great. And we did see them trade in for 13. Our next trade is 30. We have a full trade for that, and then 39. So our trades will start ramping up considerably faster than the purple players, but it's all right. I'm not going to bite off more than I can chew here. I understand that I'm playing very much a taking card and pass game here, kind of waiting for purple to become valuable enough to eliminate. And they likely will get there just because of how many cards ahead of them we are, and then how much like once the value of purple's elimination is around the 115 mark, I believe that's one of the valid trade-ins, which is another 4 trades. I think it's 30, 39, 51, 67, 88, and then 115, I believe. Once purple's around 115, I do think they become worth the hit. I also think there's a chance that white tries to go for purple here and either eliminates them or takes their cap and doesn't eliminate them. And then I would surely eliminate them if they don't have a trade on 3. That's a lot of attacks from white there. Oh my goodness, he got it. He doesn't trade in off of this, though. We just eliminate white for 4 cards, and then we're in a 1v1. You know, one of these stacks remains off capital. We have a trade in. He's on 4. I wonder what the right way to do this is. I assume he fortified here. We'd have to have enough to hit there. I'm going to trade in now. Just have to have enough to hit a 50, 51. Oh, he didn't take this at all. This is where I want my fortify to be then. I don't care about this capital here. Or maybe like 10. Don't think he... Yeah, he doesn't have a trade, so he can't eliminate me. And now we're... And that got me 4 extra cards. Yeah, he can roll a 10 here. But now we just... I mean, we basically get to guarantee our block spot. So he'll get the 10, but he won't be able to get the 44. Good game. That was perfect. I'm a little bit surprised White actually had enough to eliminate purple there. He fortified there, so I'm absolutely not going to... I get enough off of this trade-in probably to block this player. The 18 can come here. 18 comes to this capital. We put 17, 17, 17 like this. This here like this. Pull this here. Maybe he's got a trade on 3, but we just need to start our block. I have a trade on 3. His trades are behind me. He can try to roll the 26. He shouldn't be able to get it. If he rolls one of the 17s over here, probably doesn't get the 18. Or maybe he does. Either way, I should still be able to set a block. This might win, but then you've lost all of those troops. We already watched the loss, and you got 2 here. And we have a trade on 3 for 67. He attacks into here, opens me up. So now there's extra troops that can attack this spot. He already burned an entire cap's worth of troops. That was a full position off of the back here. So I think the best way to do this actually is don't reopen him here. Hold off of the trade-in. Take the entire pocket back here for extra generation, knowing he cannot cap run. Don't even give him pathing, right? Card block's harder, but I got 4. We're 5 cards ahead of this player, right? His trade was just for the 50, right? I believe, or the 39 maybe? Yeah, his trade was for the 39. He's only on 1. It's going to take all of North America, but that just makes this block easier up here. I mean, he just let me card block himself. Not sure what his max value is going to be off of this, but I'll let him hold here. I don't think I can full block him right now, so I'm not going to quite get to that point. 20 here. I'll let him take cards down here, I think. Break him in both spots. I don't have to do that, but I got to be a little bit careful on the next turn. I need my caps to be well enough defended. I didn't notice the 7 here. It's not over. I mean, he could potentially make some sort of cap play here in a moment. I got to be careful of. Yeah, this cap is still strong, and he's getting 14, so just gonna try to hit this. I think I just take my card here and back up. I'm not gonna have enough to defend, so I need to make sure I got troops on cap. I want to set a block, but now is not the right time. I need to let him trade in one more time. Make sure that I have enough to set a block. Perfect. I mean, it just got rid of the troops on that turn and got rid of his trade-in. So forcing cap rolls like this is exactly what we want. Oh, he pulls off completely. Okay. I mean, I need to... He's still got troops on the other capital, so... Hmm. I don't know why he's laughing. I didn't have a trade. I don't know what the laughing is for. I mean, you're on this cap. I know you still have troops up here, so there's no point in me... And you're still taking cards. I don't think it's that much fear in opening something up here. Oh. I thought he had troops up here still. I'm going to be completely honest. Good game. Well played. And a big old thumbs up to you. I truly thought he had troops up there. I mean, I'll take the win. I think that White made a massive mistake going for purple when he didn't trade them in. And I couldn't pass up their elimination. I knew that Orange only had one open cap. As long as I left troops on each of my capitals, I had a pretty good chance at at least surviving and then trading in ahead of them. Solid game here. A little bit of take a card and pass there, but you have to strike when you have to strike. So I think Orange, if they had left open both of their capitals, like I gave them the opportunity to do after White makes his move, there's a potential that Orange could cap run there. I mean, I'm not guaranteed, but it's certainly possible. Orange was intermediate. White was beginner. I thought White was a little bit better than beginner. Black intermediate, novice on purple, and beginner on red, who did leave the game. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, hit that like button down below. Subscribe if you haven't already. We'll be back with more Risk tomorrow with our Tier List Tuesday video. As always, everybody, I have been C-Money. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you have a tremendous rest of your day. Peace.